Mask mandates, government shutdowns, and cancellation of family gatherings and other small gatherings are an infringement on our American rights. According to an article produced by David Marcus, uh, we have three God given rights as Americans: uh, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Now, having the government stepping in and telling us with the given pandemic of coronavirus is how they've done this, and um, the pursuit of happiness is really the most obvious one that's been infringed on with mass and cancellation of sports, family events, just going out in public, enjoying being in America and being able to hang out with family, friends, go to those small gatherings, go out to the bar, um, and just live your life to the fullest. Liberty has also been infringed on by the closures and um, not being able to run your small businesses and not being able to go out to your favorite places. And there's really been an infringement upon the liberty of us as Americans. um, I think we can all agree that we have experienced COVID either firsthand, gotten it. I know I have had COVID once already, and I've seen probably upwards of 100 people that I know have gotten COVID, and along with it comes risks. There are people dying, obviously, from COVID, but I don't believe that it is a true public safety to need to shut down sporting events and so imply social distancing and require masks. I think that our God given rights should be placed above that, and that there shouldn't be exceptions for things that aren't a major risk. Um, Scottsdale Ares, in his article, he gives examples of. He's actually for the mask mandates and the closures, but in it he gives examples that I thought were interesting to give you the other side. But he states that a mask mandate is similar to wearing a seatbelt. Or that's the last thing he remembers having to report, where they were having issues with one side believing that it is an infringement on their rights and the other side saying it's for the public safety. Now, he, on that occasion too, agreed with seatbelts needing to be put in place, and he agrees with the mask. And he relates that because he believes that COVID and the mask mandates and the closures and the social distancing is all for the public safety. Now, if this were true, I think that pretty much everyone would be on board with wearing their mask, staying social distance. People would have the common sense to gather or not gather and wear their mask and do what they're told because they are afraid for theirs or their loved ones' lives. So I don't really think it's the same as wearing a seatbelt, whereas it's very obvious that wearing a seatbelt, if you get in an accident, there's a very high chance you're going to die. Whereas the statistics show there's a 99.9% survival rate of COVID 19. So the logistics of it aren't exactly the same. In my opinion, there shouldn't be all these infringement on American rights for just a 0.01% chance that you're going to die if you get it. So Another article that was given was Brandon Shields. He gave in a list of infringements and that were like things that we would classify as infringements on our rights. The first one was having to take off your belt or any other metal when you go into a courthouse, and put it in a tray, get it scanned when you walk through. Some may think that that is an infringement on your rights because you're being they're checking your personal property, right? Well, they're doing this for the safety of the public. If someone's trying to bring a gun or something that they shouldn't be into the courtroom to do something illegal or unsafe, they're there to stop that. So he's also relating, as the other guy was, that it's a um, infringement, or not an infringement, sorry, a public safety hazard, and that's why they are requiring masks. They're doing these shutdowns, and yes, it may be infringing on your rights, but it's for your safety. It's not just because they want to take those away. In David Marcus's article, he went over that and explained that there may be other motives to these shutdowns. The government could be testing to see what they can get away with and what they can do given a pandemic, and that's a very scary thought. So, with that given, I urge you guys to go out there, do your research, and stand for what's right.